15 चाहिए, आपके पास लगभग 30 प्लेयर का पूल है। एज ए कोच क्या ये डिफिकल्ट चैलेंज हो जाता है कि अल्टीमेटली वर्ल्ड कप है तो 30 में से 15 बेस्ट 15 और ऑब्वियसली सबको आप खुश नहीं रख सकते हैं। तो एज ए कोच आप कैसे कम्युनिकेट करते हैं टीम कैसे, क्योंकि आपको पता है कि एक एक स्लॉट के लिए आपके पास दो है, सब उतने ही अच्छे हैं, तो किसी को हटाना चाहे प्लेइंग 11 हो या स्क्वाड्स है, उस चैलेंज को एज ए कोच आप कैसे मैनेज करते हैं?
देखिए, एक अच्छा जैसे हम कहते हैं अच्छा एक प्लेजेंट हेडेक टू हैव। जैसे आपने सही कहा, हम लोगों ने पूरी कोशिश की है डेप्थ इंक्रीज़ करने की हर पोजीशंस के लिए। शायद एक बैकअप अगर हम कर सकते हैं तो हर पोजीशन के लिए बैकअप होना चाहिए हमारे पास, क्योंकि किसी को भी इंजरी हो सकती है या तो हम लोगों ने पूरी कोशिश की है उसके बारे में। और सही आपने ज़रूर कहा कि कुछ ऐसे लड़के हैं यहाँ पे जो हमारे 15 में नहीं है यहाँ पे, या इस टीम में नहीं है, जिन्होंने बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस किया है हमारे लिए, बहुत टीम के लिए भी खेला है, बहुत अहम रोल निभाया है हर साल में। पर वो लोग भी जानते हैं कि सिर्फ 15 लोग खेल सकते हैं और 15 लोग ही जा सकते हैं वर्ल्ड कप के लिए। तो फिर हमारा दायित्व बनता है, हम कम्युनिकेट करते हैं उनके साथ, हम उनको जितना हम एक्सप्लेन कर सके हैं। जैसे आपने सही कहा कि हर चीज़ में हम सबको आप खुश नहीं रख सकते, क्योंकि सिर्फ 15 लोग खेल सकते हैं और या 15 लोग वो वर्ल्ड कप स्क्वाड में रहेंगे, और कुछ लड़के ऐसे मिस होंगे जिनको आपको ये कहना पड़ता है कि आप ये आपके परफॉर्मेंस के ऊपर नहीं, आपने जो आपको मौके दिए गए, या आपको जो आपको जब आपने खेला आपने अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस किया, पर टीम के कॉम्बिनेशन में या कोई और था जिसने आप जो सीनियर है या अच्छा कर रहा है ऑलरेडी, उसने परफॉर्मेंस की है, तो उसको भी हम निगलेक्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं। तो कभी कभी ऐसा ज़रूर होता है, हमको डिफ़िकल्ट कॉन्वर्जेशंस मैं प्लेयरों का नाम नहीं लूँगा, पर इसमें जो 15 लड़के हम लोगों ने सेलेक्ट किया, उससे 5-6 लोगों के साथ जो मैंने जो डिस्कशंस करने, आई हैव हैड सम डिस्कशंस विद देम। Certainly they have been not easy ones, because they have also performed, they have also done very well, and you have to respect that, but I think players also understand. I think players also are wise enough to understand that only 15 players can play, or even in a playing 11, when we select a playing 11 like this, I mean, we've got some real quality who sit out. Even in these games we might play the batsman who's sitting out, or we might play two spinners, and the two spinners who sit out are also quality and have performed whenever they get a chance. So yeah, it's just up to us to make those communications and be as clear as we possibly can.
We take questions from this side, and if time permits, we'll go to this side.
Also, in February, you had said you did not want to cast your net too wide after that West Indies series. Now, when you are building up to a World Cup, do you really take conditions and opponents into account when you are building a team or playing combinations, or you are only thinking about the Australia World Cup, the conditions there?
No, I mean, we are here to play the Asia Cup. We are absolutely focused on trying to play these conditions and do this. And the whole purpose of trying to build a balanced squad, or a squad that is actually should be able to play in all kinds of conditions. You should have players in your 15 that, irrespective of the conditions, you've got to try and be able to play the best 11. So, I think that's the effort to build the kind of squad that we have, is that we want to build a squad that can play on any kind of conditions. So yeah, we may succeed, we might succeed in every area, one or two areas. I think you always might not get the perfect you might not get the perfect selection of skills in your 15, but the effort is always there to get most bases covered, and that's what we're trying to do. But here, I mean, no, we're looking at tomorrow's game specifically at the Dubai cricket stadium, and looking at those conditions, what is the kind of team we need to pick. We're not, obviously at the back of your mind you've got Australia, but no, the focus is purely on tomorrow and trying to do well tomorrow.
राहुल सर, रविंद्र जडेजा की इंजरी पर पूरा क्या है, और क्या ये वर्ल्ड कप तक इसको एक बड़ा खतरा माना जाए रविंद्र
Jadeja, obviously, so he's injured his knee, but obviously he's ruled out for the Asia Cup. Yeah, he's under the care of the medical team. He's going to see the doctors, he's going to see the experts, and yeah, I mean, the World Cup is a fair way away, so we don't want to jump to any conclusions and rule him out or rule him in. We'll see how it goes. I mean, this is part of sport. People get injured. It's part of our job to try and manage how it goes, and a lot will depend on the rehab and the severity of the injury, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, there's no, I don't want to rule him out, or I don't want to make too many comments until we have a much clearer picture and we have a better idea, and especially World Cup's almost 8 weeks away now, or 6 or 7 weeks away from now.
Yes, Rishi sir.
Yeah, Rahul, looking at this Asia Cup, without Bumrah, without Harshal, how do you look at, so Jadeja is out now, how do you look at 2 weeks, how do you look at this tournament, as a preparation for the World Cup?
I mean, it's obviously a big preparation for us in terms of the World Cup, and a very important tournament. Yes, of course. I mean, there are a few key players who are missing from this team, but it's probably true of 1 or 2 other teams as well who are probably missing 1 or 2 key players, and that can happen. I mean, it doesn't stop us from preparing or using this tournament as a really good opportunity to build and grow our team, for the World Cup. And of course, it gives us the opportunity, I guess, in a lot of ways to look at other players who potentially vying for spots or who are in contention and looking for 1 or 2 spots, and to see how they perform, and gives other people some opportunities as well. And then of course we know that once hopefully guys like Bumrah and Harshal and Jadeja and stuff, if they're back, then as and when we can respond to that and we can react to that. But if for some reason, unfortunately, they have to miss out, then we've developed some other players, and we've tried to build a backup, and we've tried to build a group, and that's really been our endeavor right through the whole the last whatever months that we've been in here, is that trying to just build a little bit bigger pool of players, a bigger group of players that can step in, because as we've seen in times like this, obviously with the kind of challenges we've had with COVID as well, and with injuries, you've got to have backups, you've got to have people who can step in any given situation. If possible, you've got to try and create those kind of squads, and when people miss out to injury, it gives us a chance to build that squad and grow that squad. Of course, we'd love to have our guys with the experience and our best players playing all the time, but it might not happen.
तो मैच हुआ था इंडिया पाकिस्तान, काफी नेल बाइटिंग था, और हमने देखा काफी लास्ट तक वो मैच गया था, बट टॉकिंग अबाउट द फास्ट बॉलिंग, पाकिस्तान की बॉलिंग काफी ज्यादा मजबूत नजर आई थी भारत से, तो क्या वो वरी साइन है, और अवेश की कोई अपडेट?
मैं ठीक है, उनकी बॉलिंग में भी अच्छी बॉलिंग की थी, मैं नहीं मानूंगा, ऑफ कोर्स दे आर वेरी गुड बॉलिंग साइड, एंड उन्होंने अच्छी बॉलिंग की थी, पर हम लोगों ने भी उनको 147 तक रिस्ट्रिक्ट करने के लिए भी काफ़ी अच्छी बॉलिंग की थी, तो मैं मानूंगा कि हाँ, नंबर में कभी कभी दिखेगा कि 145 किसी ने डाला है या 147 किसी ने डाला है, पर एंड ऑफ द डे बॉलिंग एनालिसिस इज़ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग. अगर आप 135 पे डाल रहे हो या 145 पे डाल रहे हो या 125 पे डाल रहे हो, स्विंग कर रहे हो नहीं स्विंग कर रहे हो, स्किल्स, इट्स यू आर जज्ड बाय द रिजल्ट्स यू प्रोड्यूस, एंड bowling analysis of our fast bowlers was also pretty good. So I would not I would respect their bowling certainly, but I'm very confident that we have a very good bowling attack as well, that produces results. Might not be as no, I wanted to use a word, but I can't use that word. Might not be very the word I wanted is coming out of my mind, but I can't use it here. So but yeah, anyway, yeah, so the point I'm trying to make is that,
exuberant would be the word.
Not exuberant, no, that's no one. It's a little bit, 4 letters start with S, but it's okay. No, might not look very glamorous, but certainly in terms of production of results, we've got some guys who produce the results. Avesh has just been feeling a little bit unwell. Just been under the weather and a little bit of fever and stuff, and again the doctor we've got is managing him, so he's not at practice today, but hopefully it's not too serious and he should be okay for tomorrow, or at least the later part of the tournament.
Yes. Hi, this is Kapil from Z News. First match में जब पंत को टीम में नहीं देखा तो लोगों को थोड़ी सी हैरानी हुई, तो क्या आप ये बता पाने की स्थिति में है कि is DK the first choice keeper in T20?
No, again, there's no. Again, we play the situations, we play the conditions, we play the opposition, what we feel on the day. So there's no such a thing as a first choice playing 11, or we've said that only this is the first 11 and this is the 11 we'll play for every single game, every single condition. So that will vary, that will change according to the situation. On that day against Pakistan, on the first, we felt that Dinesh was the right choice for us. And like I said earlier to an earlier question, it's always going to be difficult to leave out anyone. I mean, we play Rishabh and leave out DK, then there are going to be a lot of people upset with that. And we play somebody else, there are going to be people upset with that. So, we can't rely on that, and we're not, we honestly don't pay much attention to that. We focus on just trying to pick what we think is the best 11, and with the intelligence that we have in our group, we're pretty confident that we take all of those things into consideration, and have a little bit of a squad culture in our side, in the sense that we believe that we've got a really good squad of 15, and anyone in that 11 based on the combinations can play. And sometimes good players will miss out, and players that people feel should play will miss out, but that's just the way it is.